In this video, we're going to explain everything you need to know to travel to Florence, the most complete video you'll watch today about this destination with the best tips. So let's get started. Florence, or Firenze, is the capital of Tuscany and the cradle of the Renaissance. It's a city that feels like an open-air museum. Every street, every square, every building has a history and a work of art. It's a small city in size, but gigantic in its importance to the world. Let's start with the main attractions, the places you can't miss. The number one attraction, the heart of the city, is the Duomo, the Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore. Entry into the cathedral itself is free, but the line is often long. But what you really want to do is buy the complete ticket, called the Brunelleschi Pass. It costs €30 and gives you the right to climb the main attraction, Brunelleschi's Dome. The climb is long, over 460 steps, through narrow corridors, but the view from the top is the most incredible in the city. This ticket also includes the visit to Giotto's Bell Tower, the Baptistery, and the Duomo Museum. The most important tip: you must buy this ticket online weeks or even months in advance, and schedule your time to climb the dome. The second unmissable attraction is the Accademia Gallery. This museum basically exists to house one of the most perfect sculptures ever made by mankind, the original statue of David by Michelangelo. Seeing the David in person is awe-inspiring. The ticket costs €16, and just like the dome, you need to buy your timed entry ticket online in advance, or you'll spend hours in line. Set aside about 1 or 2 hours for this museum. The third attraction is the other giant museum, the Uffizi Gallery. This is one of the most important painting museums in the world. It's where the masterpieces of the Renaissance are, like The Birth of Venus and Spring by Botticelli, as well as works by Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. The ticket costs €25, and it is absolutely essential to buy a timed entry ticket online. The museum is huge, so reserve at least 3 to 4 hours to see the main rooms. The fourth spot is the Ponte Vecchio, the Old Bridge. It's the most famous medieval bridge in the city, the only one to survive World War II. It's famous for having shops, mainly jewelers, built right on it. The attraction is walking across it. It's free. Try to go early in the morning or late in the afternoon, as it gets extremely crowded. The fifth attraction is Piazza della Signoria. This is the main civic square of Florence, the political center of the city. It's a true open-air free museum. In front of the Palazzo Vecchio, which is the city hall, you'll see a replica of the David on the spot where the original used to stand. And to the side, you have the Loggia dei Lanzi, an open-air gallery with spectacular Renaissance sculptures. Sixth, the best view. You must go to Piazzale Michelangelo. It's a square on top of a hill, on the other side of the Arno River. Don't try to walk. It's a very long climb. The best way to get there is to take the bus, line 12 or 13, from the center, or take a taxi. The square itself is free. The golden tip is to go in the late afternoon to watch the sunset. Seeing the sun set behind the Ponte Vecchio and the Duomo is one of the most beautiful images of the trip. Finally, explore the Oltrarno neighborhood. This means the other side of the Arno. It's the most authentic and bohemian part of Florence. It's where you'll find artisan workshops, antique shops, and the best, least touristy restaurants. Be sure to visit Piazza Santo Spirito, which is the heart of the neighborhood. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. Buying on the spot is always more expensive, and the most famous tourist spots like the Duomo Dome, the Uffizi Gallery, and the Accademia with David sell out weeks or months in advance. You cannot visit Florence without reservations. We'll leave the link on the QR code on the screen and in the description to the site, where we always buy tickets and tours for the best price. It's the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Skip the line tickets for the Uffizi, timed entry tickets for the Duomo Dome and the David, and day trip passes to Siena and Pisa, all at the best price. And you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. And they have free tours that are great, like walking tours of Florence. And remember that in the link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip for the best price. The sites we use to plan our trips and that have everything much cheaper: international travel eSIM, travel insurance at half price, tickets for all the attractions we mentioned, the good and cheap hotels we've stayed at, the car rental comparator, which is essential for exploring Tuscany, and the global account to carry euros paying much lower fees. And the links already contain automatic discounts, as we are always updating them. So save this page to your favorites and use it when planning. It will make your trip much easier and save you a lot of money. When is the best time to visit Florence? In our opinion, the best times are spring, from April to June, and fall, in September and October. The temperatures are mild, perfect for walking, and the light in Tuscany is beautiful. We strongly recommend avoiding July and August. It's summer, and the heat in Florence is very intense and humid. The city gets unbearably crowded with tourists, and the lines, even for ticket holders, get worse. Winter, from November to March, is cold and damp, but it's the least crowded and cheapest time, great for seeing the museums calmly. And how many days to stay in Florence? Florence is a compact city. To see the bare basics, you need 2 full days. But to do it calmly, visit the Uffizi and Accademia museums, climb the dome, and still stroll through Oltrarno, We recommend 3 full days. If you want to use Florence as a base to take day trips to Pisa and Siena, set aside at least 5 days in total. Staying in a good area will make your trip much easier. The good news is that Florence is small and the historic center is all flat. Perfect for walking. The best area for tourists is in the historic center, anywhere between the Duomo and Piazza della Signoria. The advantage is that you'll be in the heart of everything and can walk everywhere in 10 minutes. The disadvantage is that it's the most expensive and touristy area. A more practical option for those doing many day trips is to stay near the Santa Maria Novella station. The hotels here are a bit cheaper, and you'll be right next to the train and bus stations, which makes the arrival and departure logistics very easy. Our favorite region is Oltrarno, which is on the other side of the river. This is the Santo Spirito and San Niccolò neighborhood. It's more authentic, quieter at night, has the best restaurants and bars frequented by locals, and is still just a 15-minute walk from the Ponte Vecchio. We created this custom map, which explains exactly which is the best region. If you stay in this marked area, you can't go wrong. We'll leave the link to this map here on the QR code on the screen. And in the video description, we created it on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices. There, you can put in your travel dates and see all the hotel options within that location. At the lowest prices, we'll also leave links to the hotels where we've stayed. There's one that is very cheap and super well located near the station, and another that's a bit nicer. In Oltrarno, they are great options. An important tip to save on lodging is the advanced booking strategy. The earlier you book your hotel, the less you will pay. This is why we love using this website. Besides having the lowest prices, it has free cancellation for almost all hotels. You can book as early as possible to guarantee a much lower price, and if you need to cancel later, it's super easy and costs nothing. Now let's talk about transportation. How to get around Florence? The answer is simple: on foot. Florence is a city made for walking. The historic center is compact and flat. You can walk from the train station to the Ponte Vecchio in 20 minutes. You won't need the metro, which doesn't even exist in the center, or buses, unless it's to go up to Piazzale Michelangelo. And a car? Do not rent a car in Florence, ever. It's the biggest tourist trap in Italy. The entire historic center is a ZTL, a limited traffic zone. Unauthorized cars cannot enter. If you cross the Z line by mistake, a camera will log your license plate and you will receive a hefty fine on your credit card months after your trip. If you are doing a Tuscany road trip, only pick up the car on the day you leave Florence. And Uber? It doesn't really work. Only Uber Black, which is very expensive. Use the official white taxis or the Free Now app. Mandatory documentation for travelers. To enter Italy, which is part of the European Schengen area, you need 2 things. First, your valid passport, and second, travel insurance. Unlike the United States, travel insurance in Europe is mandatory under the Schengen Treaty. With a minimum coverage of 30,000 euros, they can ask for proof of your insurance at immigration. We never travel without it. And in the link in the description, there's the comparator we use that always finds the insurance at half the price. And be aware, soon, an electronic travel authorization called ETIAS will also be mandatory, so check on that before you travel. Let's talk shopping. Florence is famous for leather goods. The most famous place is the San Lorenzo Market, which is a giant street market selling jackets, bags, and belts. The quality varies, so do your research and bargain. For high-quality leather, look for the Scuola del Cuoio, the leather school, located behind the Santa Croce Church. For luxury shopping, the street is Via de Tornabuoni. That's where you'll find Gucci, Prada, and Salvatore Ferragamo. And on the Ponte Vecchio, the tradition is to buy gold. For those looking for outlets, the most famous is the Mall Firenze. It's about 40 minutes from Florence and has luxury stores like Gucci, Prada, and Fendi at big discounts. There are direct buses from the Florence bus station that cost about 15 euros round trip, and the tax-free tip applies to the whole country. Ask for the tax-free form on purchases over 70 euros in the same store. Validate it at the kiosks at your last airport before leaving Europe. And for those who are new here to the channel, welcome. Our mission is to help you travel more and better around the world. If you're enjoying it, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It helps us a lot. Speaking of gastronomy, eating in Tuscany is one of the best things in life. The food is rustic, simple, and delicious. The star is the bistecca alla fiorentina. It's a giant T-bone steak from the Chianina breed, grilled over charcoal and served very rare. That's how it's eaten. It's expensive. It can cost over 60 euros per kilo, but it serves 2 or 3 people. Other dishes you must try are the bread soups, ribollita and papa al pomodoro, and the pastas with game sauces, like pappardelle al cinghiale, which is a wide pasta with wild boar sauce. For restaurant suggestions, for a fast, cheap, and incredible lunch, go to All'Antico Vineo. It's a world-famous paninoteca that makes gigantic and delicious sandwiches on soda bread. The line is huge, but it moves fast. A sandwich costs about 10 euros and is a full meal. For a traditional, fairly priced meal, go to Trattoria Zaza near the Mercato Centrale. It's famous for its truffle pastas. A dish costs about 20 euros. And to eat the bistecca fiorentina like a local, get out of the center and go to Trattoria 13 Gobi. It's a classic, and you need a reservation. And how much does it cost to eat in Florence? It's a tourist city, but cheaper to eat in than Rome or Venice. A full Big Mac combo costs about 11 euros. The golden tip in any restaurant is to ask for a carafe d'eau, which is free tap water, and ask for the vino della casa, the house wine. A half-liter carafe costs about 6 euros and is always good. A budget meal, like the sandwich from Antico Vinaio, costs 10 euros. A full dinner at a mid-range trattoria will be around 30 to 40 euros per person. And remember the coperto. It's the table charge of 2 or 3 euros that is charged per person. The tip is not mandatory. Service is included. What about nightlife? The nightlife in Florence is very calm. It's not a party city. The scene is focused on gastronomy. The best neighborhood for the evening is Oltrarno. The squares, Piazza Santo Spirito and Piazza del Carmine, fill up with young people and locals drinking wine at bars like Volume or Pop Cafe. Traveling with kids? Florence is great for kids. They'll love the antique carousel in the Piazza della Repubblica. Climbing the Duomo's dome or the Tower of Palazzo Vecchio is a great adventure. The Leonardo da Vinci Museum, near the Duomo, is super interactive, with replicas of his machines they can touch. And of course, pizza, pasta, and gelato every day is heaven for them. Combining your trip, Florence is the perfect base for exploring Italy. From the Santa Maria Novella station, you are just 90 minutes by high-speed train from Rome, you're 2 hours from Venice, and 2 hours from Milan. You can also take a 1-hour regional train to Pisa to see the tower, or a 1-hour 15-minute bus to Siena. And by train, you can also reach Cinque Terre, the colorful coastal villages, in about 2.5 hours. If you liked the video, like and subscribe to our channel to always travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a great trip.